Welcome to the Homeownership podcast presented by Movementum Realty, located in Hanover, Massachusetts. This series covers all things real estate and the best practices for buying, selling, and owning property. Now here is your host, Sean Maloney.
Welcome to episode 206, Buying a Fixer-Upper. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Maloney. Thanks for joining me this week. This week I want to talk to you guys about a really common subject that I constantly get asked questions about. Everybody wants to find a deal, so therefore everyone thinks they're a flipper, everyone thinks they're going to buy a fixer-upper, and that they're going to make it the next great thing, they're going to save a lot of money. But today I want to just kind of break down the realities of doing it, how you can do it, kind of get you the understanding of if you should do it, really. Can't do everything here today, but I think we can go over a lot. So first off, when deciding to go to the route of buying a home that needs some work, it's important to understand your financing options. Some loans allow you to buy houses that need work, others not so much, and some allow you to buy the home and use money towards renovations. First off, FHA, VA, right? When we're using those two loan products, we need to look carefully because even chipping and peeling paint, rot, improperly graded homes, missing handrails, all the different things that can possibly be wrong with a house will tend to bump the loan at the appraisal stage. So really important before we get moving to make sure, before we get an offer accepted, to look it over to make sure our loan will work with the situation. Next up from there, we have our conventional lending. Conventional lending allows some chipping and peeling paint, some light rot, some different things. They still don't offer you money with major defects such as ripped off roofing, things like that. These are places where you need to move over to construction lending, cash buying, or renovation lending. A lot of people have heard a 203K loan is oftentimes thrown up there, but there are VA renovation loans. There are lots of different loan products. All different banks and institutions offer all different loan products, so you got to find the right one for you, but we do see a lot of people take a 203K. A renovation loan, or a 203K, which is one type of renovation loan, is a loan where you take the purchase price and you add in the repair work costs. Your pre-approval must be for that amount of money, but as long as the appraiser, when doing the appraisal on the home, would say that the home is worth more than the value is that you're going to put into the home, you can do that work. Now, they do have some limitations, such as no luxury item, things like that, but you're allowed to replace kitchens, septic systems, fill in pools, add roofing, add square footage, redo flooring, so many different options that can be done. And oftentimes when we have a bad home inspection or we have a house that just is as is type of sale, that's when we need to roll into these renovation loans, because most of the time the person does not have the free capital to make this work. Obviously, cash is king, right? When buying a fixer-upper, if you can do cash, you can save a lot of money, because everything from the renovations not needing to be on financing all the way down to being able to make a more aggressive offer because you have such great terms, cash is going to be king in buying a fixer-upper. Now, when buying a fixer-upper, it's highly advisable to have a contractor out and take a look at the work so that we're not going like, for $10,000 for a roof, $30,000 for a septic, $5,000 for siding. Instead, we're meeting with a contractor and they're saying $7,980 for the roof, $9,250 for the siding, $27,320 for the septic system, and they show you the plans. This can actually help you estimate it, understand it, wrap your head around actually fixing it, and being ready for what you get so that when you write the offer, you can deduce the amount of money you need to, as far as not paying too much. Paying too much for a fixer-upper and then having to put money in can lead you to being upside down. Or it can lead you to being in a bad house that you can't possibly fix because you don't have the free cash flow for the renovations. Now, of course, there's Lowe's cards and all different things that you can do, but whenever we're borrowing money, we need to be really careful about, okay, we're going to borrow the money, but what's our exit strategy? How are we going to pay it back? And if we can't pay it back, what's going to happen? So the last thing we want to see in real estate is you buy a house that you thought was going to be your dream home that you were going to fix up, and it doesn't go exactly as planned, and you run out of money, and then you call us back and you need to sell a fixer-upper that's halfway work done, that's worth even less money than when you bought it because you've already gutted more and it's in worse shape different times. That's a really bad spot to be in. So that's why I always suggest reach out to your real estate agent when you're doing these type of things ahead of time and talk about your goals. And then let's talk with your mortgage provider, and let's talk about their products and what's available. Then let's talk to your contractors, and let's get an idea of what it's really going to cost. Now, I know some of you out there like to rush. It's the world where we can push a button and Uber shows up and so on and so forth. But rushing in real estate when you see something that appears to be low priced, or rushing in real estate when you see something that needs work but you can't check in for the proper permits ahead of time, can lead to a total loss. Don't be that fool. Take the time to do your due diligence. Go by town hall, make sure the permits can be obtained. Go by and make sure that the person actually owns the property that they say they do. Check in on the deeds, check in on the titling, check in with the contractors, see how much money a roof really is going to cost you. Due diligence is everything in real estate. As most investors say, the profit was made in the purchase and not in the sale. So buying right, that way there in the future, you can fix the property properly and not worry about, oh my God, am I going to be upside down? Because at this rate I see here, with the amount I paid and the work that I need, I actually won't be able to make any money off this transaction. It can be a really tough place to be, needing to finish a project only to know you're going to take a loss, but knowing that you'll take a larger loss by not finishing the project. Guys, over here at Movementum Realty, our agents, we call them Move Mentors, because they're a mentor and a guide on the process of buying, selling, and owning homes. If you're thinking about buying a fixer-upper, a flip, a renovation, or any of that, reach out to us. We can explain all the different loan types. We can connect you with mortgage professionals that can get you right into the right product. We can also show you homes right away, and we can help you understand what needs to be done in order to make it a successful real estate transaction. Thanks again for listening. Make sure to pound that subscribe button, and I look forward to talking to you next week.